Hi and welcome back to Paw Creations tutorial videos. Today I'm going to start my Native American Ornament series with my TeePee, which is a good use for my leather scraps. I'm going to use some kebab sticks that I got from the grocery store and some just regular toothpicks. And I have some thick embroidery yarn, and I use my sewing awl thread that's waxed, and I have some templates that I made to start the TeePee. Do some real simple beadwork design, whatever you would like to put on there. And we're going to start with the backbone kebab stick to the back of the TeePee, and we're just going to do some, get it in place, and do a couple stitches to hold the stick in place at the bottom, and then make sure I'm putting the needle pretty much in the same spot with every stitch so that you can't see it when you're finished. And little Gorilla Glue on the knot or the stitches, and then Gorilla Glue up the back just to hold this backbone of the TeePee stick in place, because you want it to stay in the same spot that you put it in. And then just add the rest of the sticks in the same way, doing a couple of stitches on the bottom, some just a couple overlaps to hold it in place will work fine. And then get some Gorilla Glue on it to hold it in place so it stays in the position that you put it in during storage, or when someone's handling it, then the sticks won't move around on the inside. A little Gorilla Glue on the stitches, a little Gorilla Glue on the top, so the kebab sticks will kind of stay together once the form is done. And you're just going to add the rest of those sticks in the same manner. Couple stitches on the bottom, leaving enough room there on the bottom so that you'll be able to attach it to the base piece. And I use 5. Give it a good form. And then once I'm done with the kebab sticks in place, and then I get them all to come together at the top, and you can tell how they should lay. And once I get them the way I want them to be, and then I'll just take my sewing awl string, it's waxed and sticks to itself, wrap it around the kebab sticks and tie it in a knot, and then just leave the string long enough to make the hanging part of the ornament. Then you're not using more than one thread in pieces. It's all just one uniform piece to hang the TeePee with, and snip it off, and it's good. And then now I'll start to form the TeePee and put it together. The first thing you do is the little ear parts. I have a template for, and I put them separate, and you're going to sew them to the TeePee on the outside so that they stand out better. I think it looks better that way than having one big whole solid piece. And you're just going to do a stitch it up the side with a running stitch, making sure you have straight small stitches. You can get straight small. I use the Nymo size D thread, a little more sturdy, but can still be hidden into the leather. Make small straight stitches and pull them tight. They'll kind of embed into the leather, and you won't see them too much. So just a straight stitch up that ear. Doesn't have to be an exact place or spot. I just guess, and I don't really measure. And then you sew the one on the other side pretty much in the same spot with the same running stitch to go straight up. The side. And then once we get those on, we're going to pull the teepee together. In a regular teepee, there would be stakes that would go through holes, but we're going to use just a regular toothpick and break that into some small pieces that are pretty close to the same. And we're going to use those to attach the front of the teepee together, just like we would in a regular teepee. But here we're going to pull it together, and we're going to sew those toothpicks onto the teepee in the spot, in the place where they will hold the front together. Just overlapping 2 or 3 stitches to hold the toothpick in place and pull together that front and hold it together. Yeah, just overlap 2 or 3 stitches, and then I used 3 small pieces of that toothpick and sewed them down the front of the teepee. Just holds it together and gives it the real teepee look. Like I said, in a real teepee, they would be stakes that go through holes that hold the teepee together in the front. Couple overlapping stitches, and it holds it all together. Then we're going to cut basically a U shape. Doesn't have to be exact. I didn't make a template for that piece. You're just going to cut a U-shaped piece that fits right in there to cover up the door area. And I start at the top, and it attaches, pulls together that front again. And just hold that in place, and you're just going to do that running stitch to attach it to the front. Just making sure that the door is fitting in the right spot on that piece, and go from the top and go back up to the top and go down the other side, fitting it in there, and covers up the door. And your TeePee form is finished. And I put newspaper in there. You can stuff it with anything, as long as it's helping the teepee keep the shape and form. You can use scrap leather, scrap fabric, cotton, anything. I put newspaper in there, a little more firm, to help the teepee keep that hold. Kind of push the leather out and make it full. And I have the template for the bottom. You're gonna cut that out. I used contrasting leather. I just thought it would look better. Matches the door. And you just take that piece and hook it to the bottom. And do that I'm not sure what stitch this is called. It's kind of just I don't overlap. I go from under out and then go under the bottom piece and out. So it's not overlapping. I didn't want that overlap look. It's kind of a blind stitch that you can't really see it like an overlap would, but it just is connecting the base to the TeePee. And you just continue that stitch all the way around, connecting the base, and there is your TeePee ornament. And thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video. Email me if you would like, or come and join our Facebook group, Beading Circle, or stop by my website, www.comopawcreations.com. Be sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for stopping by.